It's good to be live here on the KOAM Morning News. Feels like we're back in action once again, and it's been an annual event for us to go live at the Burgers for Badges fundraiser. It's all for the Children's Advocacy Center. Chief Dennis Riley and I from the Pittsburgh Fire Department, we're here at Fire Station number 1. It's right off 4th Street in Pittsburgh, and for $5 you can drive right through, grab yourself a cheeseburger, chips, drink, and here's the great thing. With everybody still at hard work behind us, you can tell we're a long ways from over. We're going to be here all the way until 1 o'clock this afternoon. Maybe I can ask the chief to stay a little bit longer. It's for a great cause. Let's talk about that great cause, Chief Riley. How did the Pittsburgh Fire Department and Pittsburgh Police Department team up with the Children's Advocacy Center?
Well, I think that there's always a concern to be able to support children in need. It's just a natural fit for us. I mean, we deal with really tragic situations all the time, so this gives us an opportunity to support people before those type of events happen. So I think it's just a natural fit. I will say that our police department's really taking the lead on this project, and we're just very, very happy to partner and support them.
Exponentially every year I've been out here, it continues to grow. What does that say about not only community support in the immediate area, but also through the entire 4 states?
Well, I think, people understand that, there are people in need, and I think that as we move into whatever the next phase of the pandemic is, people understand that there's a lot of people in need, and those of us who have the means and the ability are willing to come out and help, and that's what I think community is all about, and that's what makes this part of the country so special.
I'm going to come back to Chief Riley in just a second because we want to talk about something else that has recently happened here with 4 state firefighters. But before we do that, let's take a live look over 7th and Rangeline right now. While the Chief and I are in Pittsburgh, here's what it looks like in Joplin. Temperatures considerably better than what we had earlier this morning as we were down below the freezing mark. But now we're creeping up into the 40s and even throwing some 50s up on the board. And I tell you what, we're able to do that with a Skywatch storm tracker that actually has some cloud cover that's built in from the west and to the north. But here's the thing, that low pressure system that we see moving in, well, it actually is a whole bunch of dry Canadian air. And because that low pressure has pushed that high pressure off to the east, you can tell where the clouds are splitting it there by you get to the Mississippi. It's unable to allow any of that Gulf moisture to rise. And so that's why we're dry, and that's once again why we've been talking about that elevated fire risk, especially for the counties down to the south. Now, as we work into afternoon, we'll have temperatures that'll top out in the mid-50s. Not going to be too bad at all, as the sun's able to penetrate our light cloud cover. And for those of you that are out and about this evening, a high school football forecast, or maybe you're just out with friends and family, absolutely delightful. Lows only in the 40s and actually able to hold on to above freezing temperatures. Now, as far as our futurecast goes for tomorrow, look at these afternoon Saturday temperatures up into the 60s, which leads us to a 7-day forecast that for the next 2 days will keep our overnight lows well above the freezing point. However, our next cold front will be upon us Sunday night into Monday morning. I want to come back and I want to finish off talking to Pittsburgh Fire Chief Dennis Riley. Chief, the loss of Lieutenant Malachi Brown of the Baxter Springs Fire Department. You have become such an advocate for safety and training for your department, for the 4 states, and for the nation, sir. For those of you who don't know, he travels nationwide talking about this. I'm sure that your crew, your firefighters, had a lot of questions coming off of this. What are some of the lessons that you've picked up through your experience and with the recent tragedy of Lieutenant Brown that you have passed along to them?
Well, I think, we're early into the incident. Certainly, we don't know all the details yet because it's just such a dynamic situation. But I think the takeaways are, number one, this is a dangerous business. Things can happen. You really never know what you're getting into until you're in the middle of it. And that underscores the need and the importance of good, hard, effective training. So that's one of the things that I think we should take away from this incident is, as I said, the need for good, effective training and just being prepared. I read things all the time. I talk to people on the national circuit, and we talk about risk and all this other type of stuff. And I think that preparation is an important part of it. How well can we prepare our people to deal with whatever may happen?
Chief, I want to thank you for your service to our community and the education. And also, too, I want You call it a dangerous business. We call you heroes because Lieutenant Brown was a hero. While everybody else is running out, you guys are running in to save other people. Thank you for your service, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Tanya, we're live from Pittsburgh Station number 1 for Burgers and Badges. Once again, we're here until 1 p.m.
Thank you so much, Michael. And